If you're one of many travelers who believe the most visited national parks in the United States are the Grand Canyon, Yellowstone, or Yosemite, you've probably never visited Tennessee. You may be surprised to learn that the #1 most visited US national park is, in fact, the Great Smoky Mountains, or Smokies. This area of outstanding natural beauty in the Volunteer State sees nearly 3 times as many visitors each year as its nearest rival, the Grand Canyon. Much of Tennessee's popularity is due to its accessibility, being surrounded by 8 other states. It also has much to do with its astonishing natural beauty, rich history, and first-rate attractions. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at the top 10 rated tourist attractions in Tennessee. Before we begin, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more awesome travel guides, and make sure you hit the notification bell so that you know when we publish a new video. Let's cut to the chase. At 10, Lookout Mountain, Chattanooga. Overlooking Chattanooga and offering some of Tennessee's best views, Lookout Mountain is an excellent day or half-day outing. Natural attractions include the gardens and high falls at Rock City, just across the border in Georgia, and Ruby Falls, the tallest and deepest accessible underground waterfall in the United States. Getting to Lookout Mountain can be half the fun when you take the Lookout Mountain Incline Railway, a mile-long journey on a trolley-style car that travels at an incline of up to 73%. Once at the top of the railway, Point Park Battlefield of the Chickamauga-Chattanooga National Military Park is nearby. Visit Battles for Chattanooga Electric Map and Museum. Its displays relate to the epic battle above the clouds, fought in and around Chattanooga during the Civil War. At 9, Andrew Jackson's Hermitage. Just a few miles east of Nashville is Andrew Jackson's Hermitage, the plantation home of the 7th US president from 1804 to 1845. The current home was built in 1819, not long before Jackson was elected president, and is well worth the couple of hours needed to explore it. Highlights include the park-like gardens and woods, as well as the tomb where both Jackson and his wife were laid to rest. The mansion opened as a museum in 1889, making it one of the country's first presidential museums. After a great deal of restoration, it looks exactly as it would have during Jackson's retirement, complete with numerous artifacts and documents relating to his presidency. At 8, Tennessee Aquarium, Chattanooga. The Tennessee Aquarium has been educating visitors about water creatures and ecosystems for 30 years. Situated on the banks of the Tennessee River, the aquarium immerses you in 2 experiences: the river journey and ocean journey. These riparian and marine habitats are contained in enormous tanks, with the biggest one holding 618,000 gallons. Featuring around 800 species, the Tennessee Aquarium is the largest in the state. Staff engages visitors in hands-on learning. You will be thrilled or repelled when feeling the backs of stingrays as they glide by you in open-touch tanks. Wave to submerged scuba divers who direct your attention to colourful fish and giant octopuses. Whether you are drawn to the river or the ocean, the Tennessee Aquarium is sure to enhance your passion for life in these magical environments. Next up at 7, National Civil Rights Museum, Memphis. The National Civil Rights Museum in Memphis is a national treasure and one of the most compelling attractions in Tennessee. The museum features hundreds of artifacts spread over 2 buildings, including the Lorraine Motel, the designated historic site where Martin Luther King Jr. was assassinated in April 1968. Stand in the room where assassin James Earl Ray pulled the trigger that ended King's life. The history of these dramatic days, including motivational theories, will rivet your attention. View artifacts on display and watch 40 short videos, oral histories, and interactive media. Plan to spend a minimum of 2 to 3 hours at this attraction. Your self-guided tour of the museum covers 5 centuries of civil rights history, including slavery, Reconstruction after the Civil War, Jim Crow segregation, 1950s Birmingham bus boycott and Rosa Parks protest, and 1960s marches and sit-ins. The museum is educational, inspirational, and an enduring challenge to achieve racial equality. At 6, the Titanic Museum, Pigeon Forge. A treasure trove of memories and artifacts from the RMS Titanic comes to life at the Titanic Museum in Pigeon Forge, the largest of its kind in the world. Entering the museum, you feel like you're boarding the original vessel. It's built in the shape of the ship at half the scale of the original. Highlights include more than 400 Titanic-related artifacts in 20 galleries designed to create the illusion that you're actually on the ship. Self-guided tours take approximately 2 hours. Following Titanic events in chronological order, you learn about the ship's design and the 10,000 skilled craftsmen and labourers who constructed it. Marvel at rare photos of the Titanic setting out to sea on its ill-fated maiden voyage. At 5, home of the blues, Memphis. Beale Street, located in downtown Memphis, is the home of blues music. This famous historic street is where Elvis Presley, B.B. King and Memphis Minnie got their big break as performers. Highlights on and around Beale Street include the Memphis Music Hall of Fame, the Smithsonian's Memphis Rock and Soul Museum and W.C. Handy Home and Museum, a tribute to the father of the blues. Be sure to add the Stax Museum of American Soul with its replica of the original Stax record studio to your must-see itinerary of the most legendary music attractions in Memphis. Another iconic attraction is Sun Studio, known as the birthplace of rock and roll. Your tour guide will regale you with stories about Elvis Presley, Jerry Lee Lewis, B.B. King and Roy Orbison, all recorded here. This is where 18-year-old Elvis famously told music maker Sam Phillips, "I don't sound like nobody." That's a fact. At 4, Nashville, Music City, USA. No American state can claim the rich musical tapestry that is evident everywhere in Tennessee. Nashville is home to important music-related attractions, including the Grand Ole Opry House and the Ryman Auditorium. The Ryman, built in 1892 as the Union Gospel Tabernacle, is also known as the Mother Church of Country Music. It was the original Opry and setting for live radio broadcasts that put the Opry on the musical map. The Country Music Hall of Fame and Museum and granite stars embedded in the sidewalk across the street celebrate famous celebrities in country music. These attractions are located within easy walking distance of the Ryman. Take the tour of the Hall of Fame that includes a visit to RCA's Studio B on Music Row and the thrill of standing where Elvis Presley, Dolly Parton and Willie Nelson made recordings. Walk the Music Mile along Music Row and see the headquarters of the country music biz. You can continue to feel the rhythm of Nashville at its other musical attractions, including the Johnny Cash Museum, Glenn Campbell Museum and Rhinestone Stage, Gallery of Iconic Guitars at Belmont, and Musicians Hall of Fame and Museum. At 3, Dollywood, Pigeon Forge. Named after country singer Dolly Parton, of course, who owns the park, Dollywood has long been Tennessee's most popular ticketed attraction, luring more than 3 million visitors per year. One of the top attractions in Pigeon Forge, this thriving 160-acre theme park provides family fun with its mix of folksy Smoky Mountains traditions and crafts, thrilling rides and musical entertainment, obviously. Dollywood has more than 50 rides, 9 of them roller coasters, including the popular Tennessee Tornado, spread across 11 themed areas. These areas represent the culture and history of East Tennessee and include Timber Canyon, Country Fair, and Jukebox Junction. Other highlights include live concerts, festivals, and an authentic coal-fired steam train, the Dollywood Express, that circles the park. Make a day of it and include Splash Country Water Park. Keep in mind that Dollywood closes from January through mid-March to prepare for the upcoming season, so plan your visit accordingly. And now at 2, Graceland, Memphis. As popular as the White House in Washington, D.C., Graceland is one of the top attractions in the historic city of Memphis. The most famous rock and roll residence in the world, Graceland Mansion is a place of pilgrimage for fans from far and wide. Tours of this fine, stately home provide a glimpse into the life of the king of rock and roll himself, Elvis Presley. Much of the property is the same, or restored to, as it was when he passed away in Graceland in 1977. Elvis Presley's Memphis is a vast warehouse-like structure that includes exhibits and displays. You'll marvel at flashy costumes and learn about the influences on his meteoric rise to fame. Check out the family tomb where fans have been moved to tears. See an impressive collection of Elvis cars, aircraft and memorabilia. Tour his living quarters, including the music room, TV room and jungle den. A variety of tour packages are offered, including accommodation at the luxurious The Guest House at Graceland. For those interested in a virtual visit, numerous fun interactive exhibits and online tours can be experienced on the Graceland website. And finally, at number 1, you might have guessed, the Smokies, the Great Smoky Mountains National Park. Great Smoky Mountains National Park is a standout attraction in Tennessee that blends adventure with world-class scenery. From downtown Gatlinburg, you can easily drive to the park's most popular places to visit and things to do. Another option is to jump on the chairlift and head for the hills at Ober-Gatlinburg, a ski resort and amusement park offering year-round activities. Take the scenic drive to the top of Old Smoky, 6,643-foot-high Klingman's Dome, and walk the short, steep ascent to its observation tower with 360-degree views. If you are coming for hiking and sightseeing, the best time to visit the Smoky Mountains is spring until fall, with winter a close runner-up. Apart from scenic drives, park highlights include more than 850 miles of hiking trails, though not all at once, and auto routes. For intermediate hikers, the trail at the top of Mount LeConte is a peak experience. For a more leisurely tour, drive around Cades Cove Loop to see picturesque meadows, pioneer homesteads, mountain views, and wildlife. The road trip takes between 2 and 4 hours, depending on how many other cars are out there, and of course how many times you stop. Enjoy overnight camping in the park or book a rustic cabin in the woods for your mountain getaway. Visiting Great Smoky Mountain National Park is one of the top things to do in Tennessee. Be sure not to miss it. And there you have the top 10 rated tourist attractions in Tennessee. Did you like what you saw? Let us know in the comments down below. Share this video with your friends and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more fantastic travel guides. See you next time, Elvis fans.